today's the day I finally get to fit the new radio to the Honda. So we've got the fascia kit, and we have the new stereo. Right, let's try and do this without breaking anything. Ah! To get this underway, we need to ease this module out, and by doing that, you have to stick a screwdriver down there and very gently ease this out. We've then got to get this out, and then that enables us to get to the 4 screws that hold this thing in. Now to get this out, there is, you see that? This little hole here, which we can ease up. That gets that panel out. We can then get our hands behind this, pull this whole thing forward, and then expose it. So let's start by doing that, shall we? Don't particularly like putting a screwdriver in there, but I can't get any plastic levers in there. Oh, yeah. There we go. In there, now you can see 2 screws that we need to get this out. Now let's go for the top bit. Right. And now you can see our other 2 screws we need to get out. So we'll undo those, pull this forward, and we'll see what we've got. Sometimes you may have to remove these bits or loosen them at the bottom to get this to move, but let's see if we can do it without it, shall we? Someone's playing the banjo behind there. Yes. Yes, there we go. Right. Cool, that's a heavy piece of equipment. And they've all seemed to have their own different way of coming out. So some have got little tabs on the side, and some have got tabs on top. And this one is just being... There we go. Okay, so let's see what comes in the fascia kit. That's all that. We've got a lot of wiring harness. Let's put that to one side. So, looking at this, hopefully, we've got some information on wiring it up. Aftermarket radio harness. And so, hopefully, these functions on the steering wheel should still work. Not sure about the rear camera, but it's a bit misty anyway. And then we get the actual fascia itself. That bit, where does that go? Don't know. Right, okay, I had to take a minute there because it all got a little bit interesting. So, this is the new fascia, right? This is the cage. As you can see, cage is too big. This is the original fascia. And the cage goes in, but it's then stopped by these edges here. Now, if I cut those out, this cage will have nothing to push against. So, new fascia, if I cut that out, could well look crap, so I'm in a bit of a quandary at the moment. I could cut the bottom bit off. And then it's got the sides and the top to push against, even though they're not exactly correct. But the cage is so big that the actual head unit will fit in there fine. Don't know, I need to think about that. Okay, so I think I might have found a solution workaround. I've taken the original fascia and these brackets that were on the side of the original stereo. I've put the new cage in, put these brackets on, and the only way I can fix it to it really is by lifting these tabs up. I'm sure this is not what was intended, but this is what I'm going to have to do because of the parameters we're working around. I'm not sure that's what they intended. But when I put these back in, these will close in and it will pinch this cage tight. And I think it'll hold it absolutely fine. So I've got a lot of electrics here still to see what does what. So I've got my sort of adapter kit here, and then this is the wiring for the stereo, and then I've got this intermediate thing here, which should give me the controls on the steering wheel, but there's a lot to... Well, I've no idea what is left here. Look at all these things here, look, there's loads of them. So I've got to work out which one of those I need. And I've also got, because it's a digital stereo, which is what I wanted, I've got this DAB aerial. I don't particularly want it on show, and I don't particularly want to have to work it up A pillars or anything. So when this bit goes back in, this bit of face, this bit of top dashboard, I might stick it to the underside if I can, and just see how that goes before I move this anywhere. Because if I can get away without them to see it, that would be great.
Some time later.
Okay, so I've been sat here for a while now trying to figure this out. Previous thing I did with the cage, I've dumped that, because in the book it says about putting the bracket on the side of the unit, which is what I've done. I'll show you that in a minute. And then it says, you may not be able to install this unit in some Japanese cars. Well, that's a bit of a sod, isn't it? But I think I can do it. So I've attached the brackets on that came off the old unit. I can screw that back there. Then we run into another issue. So this is the original fascia. If I put that on there, I've got this great big gap around the whole thing. This is the little clip-in bit that came with the Pioneer, with the Sony, and that won't go in. So that's no good, so we'll get rid of that. So this is the fascia supplied in the new kit. That fits fine, but this thing won't go anywhere near it. So this is the DAB out of the stereo, and this is the one that I got, which is totally different. So that's not going to work for a moment, is it? So I have to get some sort of adapter for that. I think I found a little cheat. Look, this goes in there, and it will stay there. I may need to put something just to hold it in the future, but we just want to get it in. New fascia. I shall get these bits off the old one, and then that will fit in there and close up, I think. Yes, there we go. Look, and that pushes hard against there. That black bit doesn't rattle about. Yeah, okay, nice. That's a win, that one. Right, so these are the original little white clips off the original fascia. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, boy. Oh, that's fantastic. Right, so that is progress. And there it is, Radio 4 is saved in it. USB there for Apple CarPlay and stuff. Yeah, nice. I shall have a play with that later. Right, it's all back in. I've got some work to do. I've got some adapters to find or something. And I've also got to clean all this stuff up. The next question is, the old head unit there, to sell it, to eBay it, or keep it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Right, that's it from Dadskillz Cars today. I will see you again.